watch the girls. Watch the girls, watch the girls, watch the girls. In fact, don't just watch the girls. Watch the girls and take notes. I've been doing a little bit of research in terms of what things that I want to use in order to structure my YouTube videos, talking heads, and things like this. Along the way, I've sort of been thinking about different topics that I might want to talk about. The most interesting thing to me on this journey has been watching vlogs and talking head videos and sort of picking up notes and things that I can use in my own videos. So I figured, why not make a video talking about that? So here we are. And the number one piece of information that I can give anyone who is trying to go out there and start recording yourself, whether you're out in the world or you're at home in the studio or whatever, the number one piece of advice I can give you if you're looking for tips and tricks is to watch the women. They're good at making longer videos. They're good at they're better at getting engagement. They're good at the talking head sections. They're good at doing the voiceover sections. Every important piece of the journey of making vlogs, talking heads, things of that nature, day in the life, the women have it down to a science. And if you want to know how to make your own, watch them. Watch them and take your notes. Aside from that, I do want to give a couple of notes that I have written down here that would help someone get a baseline for trying to make their own type of content. Obviously, the honorable mention tip would be to put your own spin on it, but without putting your own spin on it, these are going to be some things you can do that should help you to spit out some pretty good content. Okay, the number one thing that I want to mention is watch the girls. I already said that. The number two thing that I want to mention is take notes. Don't be afraid to take notes, right? I got my notes right here. Don't be afraid to write down some things so that your flow of thoughts will be clean and smooth and your video will come out better. There's some people believe in the idea that you shouldn't have any rest moment in your video. Like there shouldn't be any moment where you're not talking or anything like that. If that's what you want to do, that could be a part of your unique spill into it, right? That's not me. I don't do that. I kind of like to let my content breathe a little bit. It's more natural for me. But some people see it that way. Okay, so the number 3 thing that I have here is you want to break the barrier to recording. Okay, so what this means is essentially if you're new to this camera thing, like I'm new to content, but I'm not new to the camera. I'm a photographer, so I have some experience in holding a camera and being in front of a camera. But if you are new to being in front of the camera, you should be aware that no matter how extroverted you are, there will be points where you will feel shy or anxious or whatever it is, being in front of the camera and talking to the camera and having people look at you or drawing attention or something like that. And for a lot of people, that just moment in time can be the deciding factor for you recording a video that day or not. And that can be the deciding factor for you posting a video that day or not. And that can be the deciding factor for you, at some point getting your online community, which is the reason why we're all doing this. Online community, digital journal, whatever it is. You won't have it if you have this barrier to entry. You want to get a setup where you can go from every day just walking around regular to recording and talking into the camera within 10 seconds for those who are just starting out. Me, I'm a little socially anxious, so probably more so than the average person. So For me, it's like 10 seconds, but generally it's like 20 to 30 seconds. And one of the main ways that you can accomplish this is having the right technology on you. Okay, so DJI Insta360, they make some really good tools for this. You know, DJI's got the pocket camera. Insta360 is getting ready to drop their version of it. I actually hear Canon is getting ready to drop their version of one. A camera like that is going to be very helpful for you, for those who are just starting out, because, you know, just picture it in your head. You're outside, you're walking. Let's say you order some food somewhere, it's nice outside, you got about 10 minutes to wait. Okay, let me record a video talking about something. Sit down outside, whip out the pocket camera, now you're talking. You're making your video, just like that. Really good quality video, really good quality device. It's gonna be, you know, solid color grading. Cool. You're done, you put it away, you go home, you plug it in, maybe do whatever editing you need to do, video's up. Don't get stuck in all this fancy equipment, okay? So there's a lot of fancy equipment out there. I mean, right now I'm recording this on an A6600. I wouldn't call that fancy equipment, but some people may call that fancy equipment, and that's fine, you know, that's fine. The idea is, I have this camera for vlogging. I have another camera that takes better photos. That's for my photography business. That's the main shooter. I have a tripod that I can use for my phone. I have a tripod I can use for my camera. I have a tripod device I can use in the car for the camera. It's not with me right now. I'm holding this in my hand. If you haven't noticed, that's why it's a little shaky. I have a mic. I have two mics. They came together, DJI mic minis. You don't need to have a ton of equipment. You don't need to have the best of the best equipment. There's a lot of companies out there. You know, there's K&F, there's Newer, there's Ulanzi, there's another good one. There's all kind of companies out there that make really good equipment. Just go with one of those. My next note is going to be to try what works. Get ready with me. Let's go here. My day in my life. Everyone's doing a morning routine. Really basic, sort of streamlined content. There's a lot of hate for that. You're looking for your online digital community. That means you need them to know you. And people are going to hate, but look it up on YouTube. Look it up on YouTube. Look at the type of views that those kind of videos get. My last note before I wrap this up. Voiceovers are just as good as live talking to the camera. Maybe not so much for a talking head like I'm doing right now, but if you're going to do a day in the life vlog, if you're going to go outside, go grocery shopping, go to the gym, go eat at a new restaurant or whatever, if you're new to this and you're not comfortable talking in front of everybody in the world, just record yourself. You know, I do 30-second to a minute long clips. You can clip that together and you got yourself a nice video right there, you know? Like, you go out all day, keep doing that, you can get yourself a good 10-minute, 20-minute video just doing that. So that's my tips video. So like I said, you know, I think these are some good guidelines to get you into some good content. Me personally, I enjoy the handheld look. I'm usually gonna go handheld. In the car, I may go tripod or clamp or something like that. But most of the time, I'm gonna be handheld. That's my personal thing. You put your personal thing on it after you take in these tips and take what you want, leave what you don't. And yeah, watch the girls.